I've made videos about assumable loans in the past. There it is. And still get asked about them all the time. Lately, my answer has been that assumable mortgages are like shark attacks. This statement is usually followed up by awkward silence. At first glance, you might think, what on earth do assumable loans and shark attacks have in common? But hear me out and you will see. Assumable mortgages, yeah, those elusive opportunities in the world of real estate, they're like the hidden treasure of the housing market, often talked about, but rarely seen. The idea is simple. You assume the seller's existing mortgage rather than taking out a new loan of your own. It sounds like a great way to secure a low interest rate, right? But how often do you hear about assumable mortgages actually closing? Not very often. In fact, of the 4 million home sales in 2023, there were only 6,400 loan assumptions, which is about 0.15% of all transactions. In other words, a series of unlikely events need to occur for a mortgage to be assumed. 1. There has to be an existing assumable loan in place. Conventional loans are not assumable. 2. The buyer must have access to cash needed to bridge the gap between the remaining balance of the existing loan and the purchase price. 3. The seller must be agreeable to allow for their loan to be assumed by the buyer. And 4. The servicer needs to approve the buyer who is assuming the loan. And then there are shark attacks. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not downplaying the seriousness of these events. They're scary, no doubt about it. But let's put things into perspective. How many times have you heard somebody say that they are afraid to go into the ocean because of sharks? It's a fear that's been perpetuated by media sensationalism and Shark Week. But statistically speaking, the odds of getting attacked by a shark are about as slim as finding a winning Powerball ticket in your underwear drawer. 91 people were victims of shark attacks around the world in 2023. That is out of the countless millions of swimmers. You are way more likely to be killed in a car crash on the way to the beach than to get bitten by a shark after you get there. Yet, despite their rarity, shark attacks dominate headlines and fuel irrational fears. So, what's the connection between assumable mortgages and shark attacks? It's simple. They are both examples of disproportionate attention. They're outliers, anomalies. Maybe it's time for listing agents to shift focus from marketing assumable loans and start offering temporary rate buydowns instead. I am not going to get into the nitty-gritty about buydowns here, but if you want to know how they work, then I highly encourage you to watch my video on the topic. Yeah, that one. But just know that way more home buyers can benefit from a temporary rate buydown than an assumable mortgage. I've closed several of these, and they are easy and impactful for buyers. That's all I've got for now. If you guys have any questions, here's how to reach me.